Hello again, guys, and welcome back to Slovenia. It's episode number 66 of my European Journeyman save here in Football Manager 2023. We are the manager of Aluminij. We've had a little bit of a disappointing start to the season, and we currently find ourselves a little bit behind at the top of the table. In terms of how we've done European-wise, we were knocked out by Leeds United as well in the fourth qualifying round of the Europa Conference League, but I was quite pleased. We have got some finances in the bank as well. 3.2 million, 334k transfer budget, so there is room to improve the squad. We have had some ins and outs which we'll quickly run through as well. In terms of the outs, most recent ones were, I think we start off with Rafael Duran. He's gone out for 600k. Tim Sebek has gone out for 400k. And Simone Lucia also for 525k. So Mura are financing us at the minute in terms of the players. There's also a lot of players gone out on loan. Frank Zismond and a couple of the fringe players have gone out on loan. In terms of the ins, most recent ones have been Rock Zek. He's brought in as the replacement for Duran. Come in from Bravo. He's done okay since he's been with us. We're not performing amazingly well, but he's actually done quite well for us. He scored a few goals as well. And then Dardan Halili, we had a little bit of an injury crisis in goal. Lario picked up an injury. He was out for 3 to 4 months, so he was out quite a while. Might not quite have been that long. So I panic bought a goalkeeper, and here is that goalkeeper in Halili. Now he's actually considered to be better than Lario, so the panic buy was maybe he's a little bit of a good thing. In terms of the last time you were here, though, it was the opening day of the season against Koper, at 1-0 win. We then had our little European adventure against Sion. We drew 1-1 away from home, but in league-wise, we took on Mura with a fantastic 4-0 win away from home. We were helped by the fact that Rudang did get sent off in the 27th minute for Mura, but German managed to bag a hat-trick in this one, and Alvaro Agotti got another one late on. A game we thoroughly deserved to win. We did then beat Sion at home in the second leg of the second qualifying round. German with the goal in the 76th minute. But league-wise, we took on Rogaška, the newly promoted side, to the top flight. Mario Luckman with a goal and Rock Zek with a double late on to secure the win. Horvat and Dodlek with the goals for Rogaška, but it was nice to keep the winning start going to the season. Next up in European competition was Viking. We went to our place the first leg, a fantastic 4-1 win. Obviously, we lost the second leg 2-0, but 4-3 on aggregate was fantastic. But it was Bravo next in the league, a 3-1 win here. German and Aldair Chelis with the goals in this one. Another one that we absolutely dominated and fully deserved to win. And at this point, we were 4 out of 4 in the league, and we were flying at the top. Mairbor obviously dropped points early on, which was helping us. But Olympia, a disappointing 0-0 defeat against Olympia in between the two games against Vikinga. Can't really argue with it too much. We weren't here really. The European games were starting to take their toll on the squad. First leg against Leeds was at Elland Road, and we did get thumped a little bit, 5-2. We did bring them back to our place and win 2-1, but 6-3 on aggregate. 6-4 on aggregate. And that was the end of Europe for us this season. But we bounced back in the league, a 2-1 win against Tabor Shizanza, Agote, and then Mladenovic with his first goal for the club in the 92nd minute with a penalty to secure all 3 points for Aluminij. And things were going great. Then we've hit this. We hit September. September happened. Domžale, now arguably we should have won this one, but this was probably my fault that we didn't. I had a set up on defensive for the games against Leeds. I totally forgot about it. And it was a boring 0-0 game where we only actually had managed to have 4 shots on target. Like I say, my fault. I had us 2 defensive. I should have gone back to positive. But it was still a point. Unfortunately, obviously our title rivals in Mairbor did beat us 1-0. It was a disappointing result, especially with their star striker, Janus Horvat. He picked up quite a serious injury and he was out for quite some time. Would have been the perfect opportunity for them to for us to beat Mairbor. But Yol Vega Lau popped up with a penalty in the 30th minute. we were second best. We were second best, but a lot of their team is the Slovenian national team, the Slovenian national goalkeeper. There's Janis Horvat, when he is fit, is in the squad. Pinterek, who didn't play, is in the squad. Pesel is in the squad. Dejan Horvat is in the squad. They're a very, very good team, our Mairbor. We did, thankfully, pick up 3 points against Gorica, although we did go 1-0 behind, and I thought that the season was just starting to go downhill. But Sergio Castro with a double, Rok Zek with one, and German with another. Zek picked up the man of the match in this one, and we did deserve the win against Gorica. But we followed that up with 2 poor results. The first one was a 1-1 draw with Mura. Zek missed a penalty in the 34th minute, which obviously could have swung the game. Maybe we deserved to win if you look at the XG, but in terms of shots on target, stuff like that, we weren't very poor. Zek had a poor game as well, but Castro did get the goal for us. Friedel with the goal for Mura. And then most recently, it's been Copa, who are now above us in the league. We were thumped 4-0. We just did not show up for this game whatsoever. And Copa absolutely dominated us with Perisic, Javornik with 2, and Kankar with the other 1. And you can see just by the performances on our side of the player ratings there that we were poor. We were really, really poor. And in terms of the league, that leaves us a little bit behind where we want to be. We're currently 7 points behind Mairbor, who have won the last 5 games in the league. Copa are now ahead of us as well by the single point. We've just had a bad run. We've had a bad run, and we need to turn it around if we're going to dethrone Mairbor. But getting into today's game, we are a third of the way through the season now. We're away to Domžale. Hopefully we can bounce back after the disappointing 4-0 defeat. And this is the lineup that we're going to go with. Halili is going to be in goal. It's then going to be Vargas, Turchnik, Dongu, Tasanu and Stojanovic as the back 4. Stefan Reuter has actually picked up a serious injury. He's out for 4 weeks to 2 months. Obaid is going to play. He hasn't played much for us this season. You can see that by his match fitness. But Jerimovic, I've been quite impressed by him. He's going to pick up that advanced playmaker support role today. Lukman and Zek as the 2 inverted wingers. And then Jaman and Chelis as the 2 strikers. I may in future look to drop these 2 more into a supporting role. Maybe try and shore us up a little bit defensively. We might have too many players on attack here. We'll see how it goes. But away to Domžale today. Some of the youth players are getting into the matchday squad. We seem to be a little bit short of players. Probably the ones who I've let go out on loan. But hopefully we can pick up a win here today, especially after that humiliating defeat to Copa last time out. Not the best of results, and it has left us, like I say, 7 points behind Mairbor in the league, which is not where we want to be. They're going to be hard to beat anyway without giving them a decent start. But Chelis with the early corner in towards Dongu Tasana, who's already on a yellow card in the 2nd minute of the game. But Cherne comes out and claims that one well for Domžale. Weighing up his options, he goes long in the end. Vargas wins that. Turchnik into Zek. Zek with the ball over the top towards Chelis, who's in, and he's put it wide. That's been the story of our season. We've had a lot of opportunities, and we're just not taking them. Chelis played really well in Europe at the start of the season, as did Jaman and Agote, but then they're just struggling in the league so far. And now with 15 minutes on the clock, we do have another highlight coming forward. It's Jerimovic into Dongu Tasanu. Stojanovic outside of him finds Dongu Tasanu again. It's Jerimovic over the top towards Zek, who's in behind, and he does finish. But we're going to get the customary VAR check from Football Manager. It all looked all right to me. The linesman's got his flag down, but VAR check-in and correctly award the goal. It's a great finish by Zek. It's a good ball over the top by Jerimovic as well. Turns on it first. Good ball. Zek's in, one touch, and slides it past the goalkeeper for 1-0 to Aluminij. And that's already better than the last game where we didn't score. Halili finds Washington Vargas on the right-hand side with his left foot, chips it over the top, but it's a poor pass. It's easily cut out, although the defender's made a meal of it, and it's Zek inside the area again, looking to feed Jaman. Jaman's been fouled, has he? The referee is giving a penalty, but we're going to get, like I say, the customary VAR check. It's far too overused in Football Manager for my liking. And what's the referee's decision? And correctly awards a penalty. You know, we all saw it was a penalty. Germain was comfortably fouled inside the area. What's the referee going to do here now? I don't know. And it's going to be Obeid to take the penalty. The man from the United Arab Emirates steps up, right-footed, sends the keeper the wrong way for 2-0. And this is a really, really good first half performance by the boys to make up for that last disappointing result. Tell you one thing that I have noticed in Football Manager is every now and then, if I go into the tactics, if we start having a little bit of bad run of form, if I go into the tactic and I load the tactic again, we seem to hit a bit of a purple patch. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I make changes to the tactic and it doesn't work, and then when I change it back, it doesn't work. I don't know what it is. As Domjali have hit the crossbar there, they're still piling the pressure on here. But I've loaded the tactic before this game, and we seem to be playing a lot better again. And it's happened a few times throughout this save where I've had to do that, and then we've hit a real good patch of form. I don't know why, not a clue, but it's working. So, you know, I'll keep doing it. Donga Tisanu looking for Germain over the top. It's headed clear though. And now it's Domjali with the ball, looking for the ball over the top himself, but Donga Tisanu wins the header. He can't get that one though, and it's Zhuzhapov in with, that's a speculative effort to say the best. And thankfully, from an Aluminij point of view, it has gone harmlessly over the bar. And now they're just giving the ball back to us. Donga Tisanu finds Stojanovic into Jevremovic, forward up the line towards Lukman. Lukman combining with Zek, feeds the ball forward to Aldir Shelis. He's in the area, feeds Germain. It's got to be 3-0. A fantastic finish by the Spaniard. Great play by the lads all round, and it's a fantastically worked goal. Switching the ball from one side to the other. Chelis with a great ball into the area for Germain. And we're going to go into the half-time break with 3 goals behind us, which is exactly the reply we needed after the Copa game. Can we get more though? Because goal difference was a little bit of a stumbling block for us last season in terms of Mairbor. We finished about 16 goals behind them. Obviously, it would be nice to at least have goal difference on our side if it came down to that at the end of the season. But Domjali looking to get back into the game with Gigalai. Feeds the ball back, and thankfully again they've put it harmlessly wide of the post. And at half time it is the 3-0. Hopefully we can go back a couple more in the second half. Like I say, goal difference, we're currently on 10, which is worse than Copa and Mairbor, neither of which are in action today. Hopefully they're playing each other and they can draw. That would help us out massively with both of them. Although I do see Copa dropping off towards the second half of the season. But Zek's done well to pinch that ball back again. Strides towards the penalty area. Looks for goal himself, and it's another poor effort. In the Slovenian league, there seems to be some poor finishes. In Slovenia, Halili finds Vargas. Ball over the top, looking for Chelis. Chelis is going to get there as well. Into the area, looks to pull it back across to Germain again, but it's deflected off the defender, and Cherne claims that one. Looking to get Domjali back into this game. What's he going to do? I think we're going to force him to go long here. We are. And can we win the header? We can with Churchnik. Obeid. Looking for Zek down the right-hand side, but Pesil gets back to it. Clears it. And they've worked the ball out well. Now Seelman. Oh, we've done well to win that back though. Stojanovic feeding Germain. Germain's tackled though, but Zek comes away with the ball, picks up that second ball. Obeid looking for Zek again on the right hand side, gets the ball into the box towards Germain. Germain with his second of the game. Here comes the VAR check. Is it going to be allowed? There's possible Germain offside. Yeah, it is. Germain is adjudged to be offside. He's denied his 9th goal of the season. How close was it? It's very close. Very, very close, but as you can see there, he was offside, so we did need VAR for that one. That's the one out of the 3 that we've had that we did need the VAR for. As now Domjali looked to play the ball out for the back with Zhuzhapov in Robnik. Bertuccini feeds Gigalai. It's now Gulic on the left-hand side, but he's overplayed that, and now Vargas pinches the ball. Obeid feeds Zek. Zek back to Obeid. Ball over the top towards German. Can he score this one? He can. There's no question in this one. German, with his 9th goal of the season, makes it 4-0 to Aluminij. And now we've erased those 4-goal deficit from the last game in terms of our goal difference with this fantastic performance by the lads. But Tom Jali looking to get at least one back. The ball down the line towards Potocnik. Jevremovic cuts that one out though. Obeyed dallied on the ball and he's had it pinched off him. Bertocchini curls that one just wide of the post. It's a little bit of a let off there. Obeyed took too much time on the ball and it was pinched away from him. But as things stand, we are moving back into second. Chelis corner towards Dongadjisan, who gets his head on it, but it's gone just over the bar. Poor header there from the Cameroonian. But yeah, we're moving back up to second as things are. Obviously, Mairbor and Copa yet to play. They will be playing each other. Like I say, hopefully we can get a draw out of that game. But as we approach the full-time whistle, it's a fantastic 4-0 win here away from home for Aluminij. Exactly what we needed after the 4-0 defeat to Copa in the last game. And hopefully we can now kick on with our season, really. We've had a little bit of a stumble throughout September. And it's been a little bit disappointing. I just want to quickly, if I can, click forward to the point where we get to the Mairbor Copa game and see exactly what happens, see where exactly we stand in the league. We've got Turchnik suspended, which is not good, with Reuter being injured, so it looks like Gregor Poby is going to have to come in for the next game against Rogashka, which is in thankfully 13 days time, so we do get a little bit of a rest. Right, so we're clicking forward. We are clicking forward, but we've made it. Copa win. Copa win. Now, that could be big. So we've closed the gap on Mairbor by 3 points over the course of this episode. Copa do go back ahead of us, but like I say, I think Copa will drop off. But Copa have done us a favour. Mairbor have dropped points again. We could have been quite far behind Mairbor by this point. That's a fantastic result for us though. But guys, that is the end of the episode. Obviously we're going to come back 2/3 of the way through the season. Hopefully we've closed that gap even more. Hopefully we're ahead. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. It does help me and I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here and I can't thank you all enough. But guys, I'll see you next time. Cheers.